Hi, welcome to the Tangled Skein CA. My name is Sue, also known as Crafty Knitter 7. Today is Wednesday, October 10th, 2018, and this is episode 5. And yes, it's been a little while. A little administration out of the way. Everywhere you can find me, the Tangled Skein CA is on Etsy. It is on YouTube, and I also have a group in Ravelry. My accounts on Instagram are both the Tangled Skein CA and Crafty Knitter 7, so you can follow both of those if you so choose. So let's get right into things. Knitting. I have finished objects. I know, I hear the crowds, they're cheering, she's got finished objects. A little excited. So I finally finished my Falls Church, windows open, my Falls Church cowl by Taiga Hilliard Designs. And I hand dyed 10 minis for this. Let me just get back a little bit. So I think it can be worn either way. And there's 10 colors, so black, brown, blue, red, yellow, another blue, or darker red, another blue, orange, and green. And the gray is Shashamaya Regia 4-ply solids and mullein in charcoal. This was knit on a size 4mm needle, and that's a US 6. So this is the Falls Church Cowl by Taiga Hilliard, and I think it's going to be perfect for Rhinebeck. You can see the line on the back where all the color changes were, but you're not going to see that because I'll put it this way. So yeah, this was really fun. I still have a little bit of the color minis left, so I'm going to add those probably to my blanket. That's one. Now the next one, I feverishly needed to finish this before Knit City. The designer was going to be at Knit City. Her name is Rowsom, and she's Rowsom Knits on Ravelry. And so I was 2 days late, but I was 2 days before I was leaving for Knit City, so that was fine. I test knit the Summit Shawl by Rowsom Knits, as I said, and I'm just gonna scoot back a bit because it's a big shawl. So I'm sure everybody has been following me, has seen this. It's beautiful, it's huge, and I absolutely love it. So I did get to meet the designer, if you saw on Instagram. I got a picture with her. I knit this in just about a month. And let me tell you, when you're working on worsted weight for a long period of time and then you try and switch back to sock needles, yeah, your hands don't like it very much. So this is knit out of, let me get my show notes back up. What did I do with them? I think I closed the show notes. Give me one just quick second to get those. I had them on the screen. It's just a little bit easier for me that way. I'm not using paper. So this was knit out of Fisherman's Wool, the brown and the cream. So these two. I haven't calculated how much I've used yet to put on my project page, but I will. I've had these yarns forever, and they really soften up once you block them. And then Cascade in green. It's a Cascade Heathers in the green, and this is what's called the Waves. Now I need to block it again because I didn't quite get them stretched the way they should be. So I'm going to block it again, being a little bit more aggressive on that part. And this was knit on size 5mm, which is a US 8. 2 finished objects. Kind of psyched about that. So what's on my needles? So needle to needle is whips, and I have a few things. I'm going to show you the Deadpool socks first because I did get progress done. I don't think I moved. Oh no, I didn't move the progress keeper, but I changed it, and this is a tangled mess. Dear Lord, what did I do? So last time, you can see where the marker is. I turned the heel. I do a short row heel. I use the one from Socks on a Plane by Laura Linneman. And so now I have the leg to do. And I ended up, and this is probably why it's so tangled, I ended up, because I was kicking from the inside and the outside of the cake, but I ended up splitting them. And right now that's probably why it's all messed up, because it's just sitting in the bottom of my bag. And the bag I've been using is Jezebel Bee. Sorry, there you go. And I got that at Twist, and it's got this, I can't remember what this, is that gingham? I can't remember the name of that fabric. The other thing I started just before I boarded the plane, I started the Mira's Cowl. And the reason I started this was because my friend Binte, probably butchering your name again, but I'm sorry, until I hear it said, I'm not going to know exactly. My friend in Norway, we swap yarn quite often, more often than we should. And both of our husbands say that we're both enablers. And yeah, we are. So this is the yarn, and it's called Nordless, and it is a 75 superwash wool, 25 nylon. And the colorway, oh, there is no colorway. It's 911. What a number to have on a colorway, 911. So as you can see, it goes from darker to light grays to almost white. I have one skeined up or caked up right here. So that's what it looks like. And so the Mira's Cowl, it's a free pattern. It's so easy, it's crazy. Literally, really crazy. It's one line. So once you've started, you don't need the paper pattern anymore. And this is showing a short version, but I'm making the longer version, but I added 60 stitches because it's a little bunched up on the needles, but when it's not, it's going to stretch out. And as you can see, it's knits and purls, but it's reversible because it's knits and purls on the other side. And the striping sequence is actually perfect. This is for my daughter. She laid claim to that yarn as soon as she saw it, so none for me. I'm probably going to try and use more than one ball. I'm hoping this blocks out a lot larger. Right now it's not quite pulled as far as it can be, and this is on a 4.5 millimeter needle. I didn't put that in the show notes. But it's a 4.5 millimeter needle, and I had it on my Lichen, but for the plane I changed it to crappy bamboo, old needles that I haven't used forever, just in case. They didn't even look in my bag. They didn't even ask me to take out my electronics when I actually went to Knit City. That's what I'm talking about. So yeah, I'm gonna keep going on that. I've got my beautiful stitch marker. So that is that. It helps if I put the yarn with it. What else was I knitting on? Deadpool. That. Oh wait, my Zig Zag Shawl. So Marsha Ibuki, who is very little on Ravelry, published this for Knit City. She used the yarn called West Coast Color, and it's a DK. And she made this ginormous shawl. I'm making the medium because the big one it's huge is the only thing I can say. Absolutely huge. And it's squishy and soft, and it's just amazing. She gifted us all who went to Knit City with her the pattern, so I went and I got the Fits of Giggles 2, which is the base, and it's 100% superwash merino, and I got color 29, which is Rainforest. Green is my favorite color. Forest green is my favorite color, so there was no qualms about what I was getting. So I know it's nighttime. It's probably not gonna show how it should. Oh, yeah, no. You can see it on Instagram, but I got 6 of these for the medium size, and then I bought an extra 2, and it's a funny story because I was like, oh, I left, because when I bought the 6 there was 1 left, and I'm like, oh, should I buy it? No, if it's still there tomorrow on Sunday, I will buy it. Well, I went back and they must have replenished because there was 2, so I came home with the extra 2 because I'll make hats and gloves or something to go with it. So that, I guess you'd want to see it, right? I'm gonna pause, and I'm back. It was right beside me the whole time. So my shawl and bad podcaster, I'm in the middle of a row. So it started off down here. Oh, there, you can see the color much better when it's not in the skein. And so it's all this mesh. And then, yeah, that green, it's showing up so perfect right there. That is the color. And I have my little sheep progress keeper that I love so much. This is on size 4.5 millimeters, which is a US 7, I believe I said that already. Now, where am I? Twinkle Twinkle. So I am knitting the Twinkle Twinkle blanket by Curious Handmade, who is Helen Stewart, sorry. This is the Twinkle Twinkle blanket. I'm doing a DK version, and I'm using this here, which is Loops and Threads Wool-like. Using it, trying to get it, it's lavender. You're not going to see it. So I'm using this, which is fingering, but I'm holding it double. And I had started this with a chunky, snuggly baby version of yarn, and I did not like the texture whatsoever. So this is my cake. So I actually wound them, the two together. There, it's kind of purple there. And so, of course, I knocked it off the stitches because that's what you do. So I'm knitting this in the round. And what size? US 7, 4.5 millimeters. I'm pretty good at that. So that's what it looks like. It's purple. It's not blue like my shirt. Does that even help? No. Anyways, it's purple, and I just started this last night because I didn't like the other one, and it's so soft. So that's what's on my needles. Now, what will be jumping on my needles very shortly, I need to swatch for this Little Red Pullover by Knitting Expat Designs, who's Mina Phillip, and I got chosen to be a test knitter for this, and I'm doing these 6 to 12 months. I believe that's what I said. Yes, 6 to 12 months, and I'm actually going to use this. So I bought 3 skeins because I thought just in case. I'm going to go back to Michael's and get another one so that this can go with the blanket, the same dye lot, in case they don't have the dye lot for this. So that's going to be on my needles very shortly, and it is for the same person who is receiving the blanket. It's my daughter's best friend's little baby girl, Kyra. So that's what's going on now. Knit City. Absolutely amazing trip. Now I combined it with a trip to Vancouver to deal with my late father-in-law's house. Now I went up on the Friday, which was the 29th. Oops, that's not going to give me the date, is it? No, the 28th. So I flew out on the 28th, and I was with Marcia, who is very little. I was with Scylla, her sister. If you've seen her on the podcast, you know her. And Laura, Air Diva, I believe was her name on Ravelry. She flew in from Edmonton, and we were supposed to be 3 other people were supposed to be staying at this Airbnb with us, and the one lady who was supposed to come and bring 2 friends decided at noon on Friday that she wasn't coming to the house. It was supposed to be split 7 ways. Needless to say, we did not leave Marcia on the hook. We all coughed up the extra money, and we had an amazing time, and we're going to book it again for next year. I think the best part was this little cafe that we found that was like a block and a half away. And if you've seen the Instagram feed of the little bears on our lattes, it was just the cutest little place. The food was amazing, and it was like a block and a half away. So Saturday morning, we weren't getting in line to be there super early because we already had tickets. And so Saturday morning, we got up leisurely, went over there, had breakfast, and then went to the P&E, which is where Knit City was held. Our Airbnb was literally 8 blocks away, I think. His house was huge. You walked in, there was a living room. Then you walked down the hall and there was a bedroom and a bedroom and a bedroom. And then you turned the corner and it was the bathroom and the kitchen. And then you turned this way and there was like a whole sofa and then a dining table. And outside there were chairs and even one of those heating lamps. So Laura and I sat out there for a little bit on Friday night because Scylla and Marcia went to a talk with Johi and Vera. Johi Locatelli and Vera Velimaki for their new book that's coming out. And then when they got back, we just chatted and knit. But before that, we decided to order food. And Marcia decided to use Skip the Dishes. I had never used that before. And so we found a barbecue joint that we were going to order from. And she just passed the phone around. We all added our order. Ends up we all ordered chicken and ribs. Crazy. Crazy, but it was good. Oh, it was so good. And so we sat and we chat for a long time. We went to bed 11 o'clock BC time, but for me it was 2 a.m. And I was trying to switch myself really quickly, and it didn't work out quite so well, as the girls noticed on Saturday. I was just slowly dwindling. So Saturday morning after the breakfast, we went in, got in line, got inside, and this is the first year, I think, that the whole arena was full. Normally in the past it hadn't been full, but there was enough vendors to fill the entire arena, and there was a nice space for people to sit and talk with tables, and you can get a drink at the little, you know, those little canteen cafe things that they have. And so we kind of just split up and all went our ways, and we crisscrossed each other here and there, and you know, we knew what we wanted to see. And I was getting yarn for 2 people, so my friend Bente and my friend Shella. And after I post this, I might share the picture of their yarn on Instagram. I might not, because one of them's a surprise and you're not quite sure if I showed her what it was or not, and I won't say who. So I was a personal shopper for those 2. First place I hit. What did I do with it? First place I hit was Burning Impressions. So Burning Impressions is from BC, and it is what it is. They burn impressions on things. So I had previously spoken to them, and they did my logo on some sock blockers for me. And then they added in this sock size. I'm not sure how you say that, but it's, you measure feet, and I put my logo on the back. And then I bought this, and I forget what it's called. It measures, you can actually put your yarn in those little grooves, and it tells you what weight of yarn you have. So I grabbed that because I thought that would be pretty practical. And these are awesome. Love them. I can't wait to use them. And actually having my logo on something was quite nice. And sharing a booth with them, Burning Impressions, I've got stuff everywhere, this is crazy, was Gingersnap. Now I've been wanting to knit the faded cardie, the tape's coming off here, for a while. And I saw the Cozy Up with the Stitchin' Sisters. They all did one. The colors didn't really suit my fancy. And then Chrissy, the last sister, decided to do one. And this is her color palette. Not quite exactly true. That's like a, it's like a mint green. Not sure if it's showing up. That's a little better. So you have this gray, which I have 3 skeins of, and it's called Aspen. And this is a DK Luxe 100% superwash merino 17 micron. It is soft. 280 yards per 115 grams. So very generous skeins. And this is Kim and Colin's new logo. They're sweet. I just kept going back and going back and going back. I didn't buy anything I didn't buy anything every time I came back, but I always ended up back in their booth. It was awesome. So this is called Aspen. This is the gray. I have 3, so that's for the top part. And I can't remember which order these ones go in, but this is Sage. So it's a minty green. And this is Woodland. It's a darker green. It's a little bit darker than that. And then this one is a light, light, light green with some speckles, and it's called Stardust. So I have 3 gray and 2 of each of the other colors. And I was speaking to her before Knit City, and she had exactly the right amount of yarn that I needed for my size. It's meant to be. So I got that. That was there. And then I went, where else did I go? West Coast Color, right. I got 8 of these, the green. It's not showing up until it's actually knitted. And the other thing I got, and I was so happy because they sold out on the first day, so they had event colorways, and one of them was Lichen and Lace, and it was green, and I wanted it, but day 1 they sold out. Very limited quantity. Day 2 I walked in and they had about 10 skeins left, so I was like, mine. So, oops. That's the label. And the colorway is Myrtle. So it's beautiful. It is a 80/20 superwash merino nylon, 100 grams, 365 yards. So I got that for myself. Souvenir, is what I'm calling it. Let's see. Oh, then I met, someone called my name as I was walking. I think I was walking out of the bathroom, and it was Monique. Monique is from Frog Peak Creations, so I'll show you that. She's had several coupon codes and giveaways in the Two Tangled Skeins group that we used to have. Now, I needed another bag, like I needed a hole in the head, so she decided to get me to choose one for a giveaway for you guys. So I'm going to be putting a bag, a notions pouch, yarn, and maybe some stitch markers together as a Knit City prize. So when I saw this bag, I had to get it. I laughed out loud, and I mean loud. I think I turned heads, it was so loud. How could I not choose that as a giveaway for you guys? Look at that. Isn't it awesome? Put that stuff on the back. It's just white on the inside. So that's going to be a giveaway. And to tie into that, I saw Nekozuki Knits. Now her first name is escaping me. Katie? I think it's Katie. If I'm wrong, I'm sorry. And she gave me 2 notions pouches. One will be added to this kit. Probably this one because it's got the red. And then one will be just another giveaway at some point. So this, beautiful inside. And let's get her card out so you can see this. Not sure if that's going to focus. Anyway, you can see it. So I'm going to put that in there because that is going to be the giveaway. Then I had to go back at noon. I had met the Cozy Up sisters. So there's Jamie, Sarah, Katie, and Chrissy. I met them all. I had brought them each a little gift bag of something, but they were selling the mugs. Knit City mugs. And they had a new logo done up recently. 'Cause, yeah. And I grabbed 3 buttons, and so, how do I do this? Yeah. There you go. I grabbed 3 of those. Oh, focus. So I'm going to stick 1 in, and I'll do it right now with the little prize pack. And I also got, they didn't have the toques. They had toque pins, and I wanted one, and I should have got it when I first saw them. But I got a pin. It's called Lady Baba. You know. So that is fun. I love it so much. And I had to buy needles to knit the Zig Zag because I had Project with me that had 4.5 needles, but I was like, oh no, I need to cast this on. So I got a set of Addy Click lace and a cord. So I got the needle and the cord. I have Addy Clicks already, so it's not a waste. It'll go into my set. And 4.5s and 4s seem to be my size for some reason. So I got this at Gingersnap as well. So, unicorn scissors. Those are for a special somebody, and if you know who you are, at least you should know who you are. These will be going into the mail to you very soon with some other stuff. So if you know who you are, these are for you. I'm going to pause. And I'm back again. Could not find this yarn for the life of me. So at the end of the festival, I'm not sure you call it a festival, it's indoors. I was messaging with my husband saying, you know, I spent more than I wanted to, but I was still happy with all my purchases, and asked if he wanted White Walker socks. And of course his answer was, yes, please. So I went back to Gingersnap and I got him, I'm not sure you can, there. You can see the light blues. So this is the White Walker colorway. It's on her Zest fingering, which is 80/20 merino nylon, 425 yards for 110 grams. So when the Deadpool socks are off, as you can see, my husband has all themed socks. Every pair is themed. So this is for him, so squishy. All right, let's get back to show notes. Now, just want to make sure I went over everything. Yes, 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 yes. Yes, okay. So I went over, that is all my Knit City stash. Now I did receive stuff between the last podcast and this podcast and before, during Knit City. I came home to a few things, but I did receive stuff before, so I wanted to show you guys that first. So I did post it on Instagram, so I'm just going to go quickly through these because if you follow me on Instagram, Crafty Knitter 7, you will have seen this. So Yarn Vibes, which is Love Yarn Vibes on Instagram. I had seen Melinda of Ryflower Knits post that she got yarn from them, and I commented. And then they messaged me and said they wanted to send me yarn. So I don't know if I'm going to design or I'm just going to knit something with it. And it is a 100% Irish wool. It's called Yarn Vibes, and this is the veil base. And that is a sport weight, and this is called Crabapple. That, yep, nope, doesn't even do it justice. It is so bright. That's what happens when you podcast at night. Just trying to see the yardage on this. Where does it say that? 328 yards per 100 grams. So, Yarn Vibes, I'll just show you that again. And so yeah, I love the tote they sent me. That was kind of awesome. And I received a few more things. I had ordered this. So this is Bayou City Yarn Co. and this is Shelby. I've known Shelby for a while. We used to VKN together. This is her, I think it's Angie base? Angie? I don't know how to say that. I'm really sorry if I'm butchering it. And she was selling this yarn to help a friend get out of a bad situation. And so the most of the proceeds of this, or part of them, were going to help her friend. And I got it on the glowing sea. And that green is showing up. Like, really, I don't understand. So this is it's one of her new bases, 80/20 Merino Bamboo Superwash, 435 for 100 grams. So, you know, I had to have that because I need more yarn in my life. Not. And I had ordered the Boss Lady September Door 2018 colorway. I can't find the little card that came with it, but it was like a paint swatch and it had the colors. And so when I got this, it was green, of course, so I was in love. And then there was this little progress keeper. It is an actual door. Isn't that the cutest thing ever? So Boss Lady is Canadian. Thank you very much. I was so glad to be able to order this. Two things that I picked up at Knit City that I had pre-ordered from Gingersnap were she's calling these her bite-sized snaps. So it's 50-gram skeins. And this is called Sly Fox. So there's like gray and purple, and it's just some awesome colors. If I turn it, you'll be able to see it better. And then the other one I got is called Suit and Tie. And so blacks, grays, and there's like that pop of color here. So I got that. And then I bought myself, actually bought 2 Progress Keepers. One I can't show you because it's for a friend, but I had to get a Frappuccino Starbucks Progress Keeper, right? I had to. Tell me I had to. I did. Bente got one, so I had to. 2 peas in a pod, us two, I tell you. And I saw Turtle Purl do an update. So she had a colorway, the Brew, and I had to have it. Yep. So, yeah. So there's black and purple and orange and green. Yep, it's kind of awesome. And these are her striped turtle toes. They're 2 skeins of yarn and they're dyed exactly the same so that you can have 2 perfectly matched socks. And when it comes to stripy socks, I'm not gonna fight with that. They need to be, like, the tail has to be the same. The color has to be exactly the same. So this is kind of awesome. I'm trying to think of what else. Oh, I did a swap with Dawn from Crazy Mama Designs, and she's candy coated yarn. Got it. And I wasn't sure, like, I wanted a sock set. So this one is called Fall Harvest Set. And it's wrapped up like candy. So I don't really want to take it out, but you can get the gist of the colors. And I asked her to pick and send me one. Well, yeah, she picked, but she sent 2. So now I have to pick again because one of them is for you guys. And this is a sprinkle of fall. So there's browns. Like, I'm drawn to this because I did get her cupcake something. What did I get? Where did I put that? I got a cupcake Halloween skein not long ago. And she had also given me, if you remember, the Boo colorway. So that's going to be a giveaway for Halloween, which is coming up very soon. But now I have to pick. What's a girl to do? Right, this one, this one. I don't know what to do. How about you comment in YouTube, on YouTube, which one of these you would like to win. And hopefully that will help me choose. Because if you guys say you want to win this one the most, then you get this one. If you say this one, then you get this one. So that way I can choose it. Whoops. But remember, there's still this one to win. And she sends candy with each of them, if I can find it. She sends a little, because it's candy coated yarns. So there's a little pack to go with each of them. So help me out. Help a knitter out. Tell me which one you would like to win out of those 2. And I have another yarn. Another yarn, because Bente, we receive yarn and it's just not our color. Well, we send it to each other because that's what we do. So she had ordered Hedgehog Fibres, which I had a skein a while back in the Harvest colorway, but I think I gave it away or sold it. I didn't really like it. This one is called Potluck, and do you know me? Yeah, so that. Yes, I have to sniff. That is awesome. And now I got 2 skeins from, I had the business card a minute ago. Yarn and You. So Janine, who is Yarn and You girl, and she also has a podcast, sent me some yarn to play with. I'm not sure if that's going to focus. There we go. And I didn't ask for colors. She just asked my preferences. And, well, I really, really think she was in my head. That is much, much brighter. Like, it's electric green. Like, that is looking like olive. that is not the color. There, you see the green on the top? That's the color, even brighter than that. Lighting. So she sent me her alternative sock, 75 superwash merino, 25 nylon, and it's the Green Goblin, 463 yards per 100 grams. Yeah. And the other one is called Classical Base, and is the Flicker colorway, and it's 80/20 superwash BFL nylon high twist, 400 yards for 100 grams, and it's called Flicker. Yep. Yep. So I actually think I'm gonna make this the giveaway. So the bag, the Notions pouch, and the Boo colorway. I'm gonna make a Halloween giveaway now. So I will post in the thread. I will post a thread for this, and I would like to know, what is your most awesome Halloween ever? As a child, as an adult, as a teenager, or if you have children and one of their Halloweens was your most awesome Halloween ever, tell me stories. I would love to hear them. But remember, you need to comment below to tell me which one of these you want to win. So we've got Fall Harvest set, and we've got Sprinkle of Fall set. So remember, you need to choose. I need you guys to comment below. This will be a giveaway in the Ravelry thread, so you will have to post in Ravelry. There will be rules. Please read them because I abide by them. That was, yeah, I think that's it. I have a few designs on the drawing board. I have bags going in the shop soon. And I forgot to mention that I was in Vancouver also to go to my late father-in-law's house. We had to clear out his house because we're going to be putting it on the market soon. And so we have a pod coming home to us with a lot of stuff, which we're going to have to put into storage until we move. But that was an intense week, a lot of work, but we got it done. My husband is still there. He came up on the Sunday of Knit City, and I met him, and we stayed at their parents' house. But he's still there. He comes back on Saturday, but the house is empty, and there's a few things outside to do, but otherwise the painter can come in, which is his cousin's husband, which is awesome, and paint the house, and then hopefully probate will be over by the end of the year and we can sell it. So it was emotional for my husband, and for me it was hard to stay in the house because the only bed suitable for us was their parents' bed. His mom passed away 10 years ago, so yeah, that was a little bit difficult. But I got to see his brother and his wife and their 2 kids, so that was nice because I hadn't seen the youngest since she was born. She was literally like a tiny infant, and the other one was 4 years old. So they've grown quite a bit. They've moved into a bigger house, and so it was fun. I mean, I only got to spend an evening with them, and I had to leave on Sunday morning. Got back here at 5 p.m. on Sunday, and I've had extreme jet lag. I thought I would be okay, recover Monday, go to work on Tuesday. No. Recover Tuesday, go to work today. No. Hopefully I can actually get up and go to work tomorrow because I've been taking like cat naps. Just all of a sudden I get super tired, so I'm hoping that that goes away. But that is it. I have 3 videos to splice together because I forgot things or I couldn't find things, so be patient. And like I said, my brain is just, yeah, I can't even think right now. It's just mush. So happy knitting. So I will see you all. Hopefully I will post on the weekend. I have something planned with another podcaster. We're going to try and podcast together on Saturday. And then I'm off to Rhinebeck. So the weekend of the 19th to the 22nd, I'm not here. I'm going to try and get some footage of Rhinebeck this year. I say that every year. But, you know, it's the big gang of us, so we're going to have fun again. And, yeah, it's fall. Halloween's coming. And, yep. So, happy knitting, everybody. Glad to be back. Hope you like it. Comment below if there's anything you'd like to change or something what you want to hear about. Comment about which yarn you want to win, and then also go in the Ravelry group and go in the Ravelry group and post in the giveaway thread. So that's it. Bye.